Hey guys, welcome back to our channel where we bring you the scariest true horror stories from around the world. In today's episode, we're going to take you on a journey through the darkest corners of America and reveal the most terrifying true horror stories from the USA. Each story is carefully selected to send chills down your spine and leave you questioning the boundaries between reality and nightmare. Make sure to watch till the end and test your bravery. But before we begin, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on any of our spine-tingling episodes. Let's dive right into the eerie tales that will haunt your dreams. Part 1. The most terrifying true haunted house story. Deep in the heart of one of America's oldest cities, New Orleans, there stands a house shrouded in mystery and despair. It's a place where the veil between the living and the dead is said to be the thinnest, a gateway to another dimension. Locals speak of it in hushed tones, warning those who dare to enter its gates that they may never escape the clutches of the spirits that dwell within. The house itself is a looming structure with peeling paint and overgrown ivy. Its windows are dark and vacant, like the eyes of some malevolent spirit. For decades it has stood empty, untouched by human hands, a silent sentinel guarding its secrets closely. One day, a young couple looking for their first home stumbled upon this derelict mansion. They saw past the decay and envisioned a future filled with laughter and warmth within its walls. Ignoring the chilling tales, they purchased the house and moved right in. Within weeks, strange things began to happen. Footsteps echoed through the empty halls, whispers brushed against their ears, and doors creaked open on their own. The young woman became the focus of these supernatural occurrences. She would wake up in the middle of the night, paralyzed with fear, as if some unseen presence was watching over her. Then there were the disembodied voices that seemed to follow her everywhere she went, their whispers weaving tales of sorrow and despair. As the days passed, the haunting intensified. The couple grew increasingly disturbed by the relentless paranormal activity. Every room they entered seemed to hold a new horror, a new manifestation of the malevolent spirits that had made this house their home. They could feel their presence, cold and clammy, seeping into their bones. And the whispers, the whispers grew louder, more menacing, desperate for a peaceful existence. The couple reached out to a paranormal investigator. He agreed to help them uncover the dark secrets hidden within the house's past. Through his research, he discovered a history of tragedy and loss. A family that had once lived there had met a gruesome end, their souls forever trapped within the house's confines. Armed with this knowledge, the investigator and the couple worked together to lay the spirits to rest. But the work was not easy. As they delved deeper into the mysteries of the house, the paranormal activity grew more intense. Objects flew across the room, furniture overturned, and the temperature dropped to an unbearable level. Yet the couple refused to give up. They wanted to create a haven of peace and love in this house, to honor the memory of those who had suffered here in the past. Finally, after weeks of tireless effort, the team succeeded. The spirits were laid to rest, and the house fell silent. The couple could finally live in peace, their home free from the clutches of the supernatural. But as the years passed, the haunting returned. Once again, the house became a place of misery and despair, drawing in those seeking to uncover its secrets. One such individual was Sarah, a paranormal enthusiast who had heard tales of the haunted house. Intrigued and unafraid, she decided to pay a visit. As she stepped foot inside, she felt a chill run down her spine. The air was heavy with sorrow, and the silence was deafening. Suddenly she heard a whisper, a voice that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. "Beware," it hissed. "This house holds darkness in its heart." Sarah's blood ran cold. Was this just a trick of her imagination, or a warning from beyond the grave? Unfazed, she continued exploring the house, each room revealing a new layer of mystery and despair. In the attic, she found a diary detailing the tragic fate of the family who had once lived here. As she read their story, she could feel their pain and suffering, their souls reaching out to her from beyond the grave. But it was in the basement that Sarah encountered the true horror of the house. There, in the dim light, she saw a figure standing in the corner, its eyes glowing red in the darkness. She screamed and stumbled backward, but the figure only approached her, its footsteps echoing through the cavernous space. Just then, the diary slipped from Sarah's hands, and as she bent to retrieve it, she saw something that made her blood run cold. Etched into the floorboards was a pentagram, its points sharp and menacing, and in the center stood a circle, a portal to another dimension, a gateway to hell. As Sarah stared into the abyss, she felt the presence of evil enveloping her. She tried to turn and flee, but it was too late. The figure had approached her, its face now visible in the flickering light. It was ghastly, a grotesque mockery of a human form, with skin as white as bone and eyes that burned with infernal fire. Sarah screamed, her voice echoing through the empty halls as the creature lunged towards her, its claws outstretched. But then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished. Sarah was left trembling in the darkness, her mind reeling from the horrors she had witnessed. As dawn broke, she fled the house, never looking back. She knew that once the sun rose, the creature would return to its slumber, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to stumble upon its lair. Sarah vowed to warn others of the dangers that lay within the house, but few would believe her tale, for the house held secrets so dark and terrifying that they could only be whispered in the shadows, a legend to be feared and revered in equal measure. Now let's move on to the next terrifying true story. Part 2, Strange Paranormal Phenomenon. It all started with a video that went viral online. A video that captured something truly inexplicable. A floating orb hovering above a dense forest. Skeptics dismissed it as a simple trick of the light, but many believed it was something more. A glimpse into the world of the paranormal. The forest in question is located in the heart of Pennsylvania, a place steeped in folklore and mystery. It's a place where the trees seem to whisper secrets to those who venture into their depth, and where the rustling leaves can sound like voices from beyond the grave. For generations, locals have reported strange occurrences within its boundaries, from eerie mists that roll in at dusk to strange lights that dance among the trees. Many have claimed to have seen ghostly apparitions, their mournful cries echoing through the ancient woods. There are stories of hikers who stumbled upon a clearing only to witness a spectral gathering of figures dressed in clothing from a bygone era. Some have even encountered the ghostly figure of a woman in white, said to be the spirit of a young girl who lost her life in the forest many years ago. The viral videos seem to confirm what many had long suspected. This forest was a nexus of paranormal activity, a place where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms was at its thinnest. But science offers a different explanation. Some argue that the floating orb captured on video was simply a rare atmospheric phenomenon known as a ball lightning. Others suggest that the strange lights witnessed by hikers are nothing more than bioluminescent fungi, or perhaps the reflection of moonlight on dewdrops. As for the ghostly figures and mournful cries, they can be attributed to a combination of imagination and folklore. The forest's rich history and the power of suggestion can create an environment where the supernatural seems all too real. Still, there are those who remain convinced that this forest is truly haunted, a place where the dead linger and the veil between worlds is paper thin. Perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between, a blend of natural phenomena and the human psyche, all filtered through the lens of local folklore and the power of belief. Whatever the explanation, the legend of the haunted forest continues to captivate and terrify those who hear its chilling tale. And now, it's time for the final part of our terrifying journey. Part 3, Personal Psychological Horror Experience. I was alone in my room trying to sleep, but I couldn't stop thinking about the nightmares I'd been having lately. They always felt so real, so vivid. I'd wake up gasping for breath, my heart pounding in my chest, and then I'd try to convince myself it was just a dream, a figment of my imagination. But when the same nightmare repeats itself night after night, it begins to take a toll on your sanity. You question your own mind, wondering if there's something more, something lurking just beyond your perception. In the dead of night, as I lay there tossing and turning, I could hear whispers coming from the closet. At first I thought it was just my imagination playing tricks on me, but the whispers grew louder, more insistent. "Help me," they seemed to say. "Let me out." I tried to convince myself it was just the wind, but deep down I knew there was something else at play. I sat up in bed, my eyes wide with fear, straining to listen. The whispers continued, and I couldn't help but wonder, was I going crazy? Or was there actually something in my closet? My mind raced, trying to come up with a logical explanation. Maybe it was just my imagination playing tricks on me. Or perhaps there really was something in my closet, something sinister and malevolent. I knew I had to do something, anything, to stop the whispering. So I got out of bed and slowly, very slowly, opened the closet door. But as I did, the whispering stopped abruptly, leaving me in stunned silence. I searched the closet, but it was empty. There was nothing there at all. Had I imagined it all? Was I losing my mind? Determined to get to the bottom of this, I called a paranormal investigator. He agreed to come to my house and help me uncover the truth. He brought with him a team of experts equipped with state-of-the-art technology to detect any trace of paranormal activity. They searched every room in my house, but they couldn't find anything. The only anomaly they detected was in my room, and even that was inconclusive. I was left feeling more confused and terrified than ever before. Was I really going crazy? Or was there something sinister lurking in the shadows of my room? The paranormal investigator suggested that I try to ignore the whispering and hope it would eventually stop. But I couldn't do that. It was driving me insane, so I decided to move out of my house and stay in a hotel until I could figure out what was going on. But no matter where I went, the whispering followed me. I could hear it in the bustling streets, in the quiet solitude of my hotel room. I was losing my grip on reality. I could feel myself slipping into madness, consumed by the whispering voices that seemed to know my deepest fears and exploit them. Then, I remembered something. My grandmother had always told me that the best way to deal with any kind of negativity is to fill yourself with positivity. So I decided to give it a try. I started by surrounding myself with positive influences. I spent time with loved ones, engaged in activities that brought me joy. I even started meditating and practicing positive affirmations. Slowly but surely, the whispering began to fade away. It didn't happen overnight, but over time, I felt myself becoming stronger, more resilient to the negative forces that had been plaguing me. Looking back, I realized that the whispering voices were nothing more than echoes of my own self-doubt and fear. By filling myself with positivity, I drowned out the noise and reclaimed my life. But the experience left an indelible mark on me. It taught me that the greatest horrors often lurk, not in the external world, but within the recesses of our own minds. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Do you believe these spine-chilling tales? Have you ever encountered similar experiences? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell for more terrifying journeys into the world of horror. Thanks for joining us today. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time for more spine-tingling adventures.